My beloved child, there is a message that feels like it arrived out of nowhere, and yet it has your name written all over it. A notification, a whisper, a sudden surge of hope that says, "Congratulations." And you are left wondering, could this really be for me? Pause for a moment. Don't skip, because what you are about to understand is deeper than a simple transaction, deeper than numbers on a screen. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not what you expect. You thought it was about massive money sent by a stranger. You thought it was about confirming something before it expires. But what if the real expiration date is not on the message? What if it is on your hesitation? Right now, your heart is beating a little faster. Not because of currency, not because of a reward, but because for the first time in a long time, something feels possible again. Out of millions of people scrolling endlessly, you stopped here. That is not random. There are moments in life when a stranger appears, not always in person, not always with a face, but as an opportunity, an idea, a door. And it feels massive. It feels unexpected. It feels almost too good to be true. Stay till the end, because this is where the shift begins. The word congratulations is powerful. It suggests that something has already happened in your favor, that you have already crossed a line, that you have already been seen. And maybe that is the revelation. Maybe the massive gift is not money at all. Maybe it is recognition. Maybe it is the realization that you are no longer invisible. For so long, you have worked quietly. You have endured silently. You have hoped privately. No applause. No spotlight. Just you and your determination. And suddenly, something shows up that says, you have been chosen. Chosen for what? Not for luck. Not for random fortune. But for alignment. There are seasons when you feel overlooked. And then there are seasons when life says, it's your turn. This is the energy you are standing in right now. Don't skip this part. Because here is the truth no one told you. The stranger is often the version of you that you have not met yet. The confident you. The abundant you. The fearless you. That version has been preparing something massive behind the scenes. Quietly building skills, quietly developing strength, quietly healing wounds. And now it sends you a message. Congratulations. You are ready to receive more. But here is the tension. To confirm it, you must believe it. Opportunities expire when doubt becomes louder than faith. Not spiritual faith, not blind belief, but belief in your own growth. How many times have you minimized your progress? How many times have you said, it's nothing special? How many times have you looked at your journey and seen only the struggle, not the strength? Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins the moment you confirm your worth. Imagine this, the massive money represents value. Value that you bring into rooms. Value that you bring into conversations. Value that you bring into relationships. And for the first time, you are being asked to accept it without shrinking. This is not about greed. This is not about chasing. This is about receiving. Receiving acknowledgement. Receiving elevation. Receiving expansion. And yes, it feels unfamiliar. Because you are used to earning love the hard way. You are used to proving yourself. You are used to second guessing. But this message is different. It says, no more proving. Just step forward. Stay till the end, because this next part might change how you see everything. What if the expiration is not a threat, but a reminder? A reminder that time moves whether you move or not. A reminder that chances do not beg. A reminder that growth requires decision. Right now, somewhere inside you, there is a quiet voice saying, this is my moment. And another voice saying, what if I'm not ready? Listen carefully. You would not be hearing this if you were not ready. The biggest transformations do not arrive with fireworks. They arrive as subtle invitations, as gentle congratulations, as unexpected confirmations. You are not here by accident. You clicked because something resonated. You stayed because something felt personal. And you are still listening because something inside you knows this is about more than money. It is about expansion. It is about stepping into a higher version of yourself without apology. And here is the once in a lifetime revelation. The stranger who sent you something massive is life itself responding to your silent endurance. Every tear you never explained, every sacrifice you never announced, every night you chose not to give up, that energy does not disappear. It accumulates. And when the time is right, it returns, not as a whisper of survival, but as a declaration of arrival. Congratulations. Not because something random happened, but because you did not quit when it would have been easier to walk away. Don't skip this final thought. Confirmation is not clicking a button. Confirmation is choosing courage. Confirmation is saying, I am worthy of more. And once you confirm that within yourself, nothing truly valuable can expire, there is momentum building around you right now. Quiet, invisible, powerful. Something huge is waiting for you, not in your inbox, not on a screen, but in your next decision. And the most beautiful part? You already know what that decision is. The moment you almost dismissed it, everything shifted. You were this close to scrolling away, this close to telling yourself it meant nothing. But something inside you paused. Something inside you whispered, wait, don't skip this feeling. Because what is happening right now is not random curiosity. It is recognition. The word congratulations is echoing louder now, isn't it? Not as noise, not as hype, but as confirmation that a season of invisibility is quietly ending. You have underestimated yourself for too long. You thought the delays meant denial. You thought the silence meant rejection. You thought the waiting meant you were forgotten. But what if the waiting was preparation? Stay till the end, because this is where the truth becomes undeniable. The massive money in the title was never about numbers. It was about magnitude, massive growth, massive clarity, massive elevation. Something of great value has been sent toward you, and it has your name written on it. Not by accident, not by luck, but by alignment. Think about this. How many times have you felt a shift in the air before something important happened? A strange calm, a sudden awareness. A subtle sense that something bigger was unfolding behind the scenes. That is what this moment feels like. A stranger sent you something massive. A stranger. Sometimes the stranger is an opportunity you never expected. Sometimes the stranger is a connection you never saw coming. And sometimes, the stranger is the future version of you reaching back and saying, you made it further than you realize. Something huge is waiting for you, but it requires one thing, acknowledgement. You must acknowledge that you have grown. You must acknowledge that you have survived what once felt impossible. You must acknowledge that you are no longer the same person who doubted everything. This is the shocking part. The confirmation you are being asked for is not external. It is internal. Life is not asking you to prove anything. Life is asking you to accept something. Accept that you are ready for more. Accept that you deserve expansion. Accept that the season of small thinking is expiring. Don't skip this realization. Because the expiration in the title is not pressure. It is urgency of awareness. The awareness that moments like this do not repeat in the same way. When clarity arrives, you either embrace it, or you watch it pass quietly. And deep down, you are tired of watching things pass. You are tired of playing small. You are tired of second guessing. You are tired of pretending you are not capable of something greater. This is your turning point. The massive thing sent to you is a shift in identity. You are no longer the one waiting for validation. You are becoming the one who embodies value. Feel that. It may not look dramatic on the outside. There may be no fireworks. But internally, something is rearranging. Old doubts are loosening their grip. Old fears are losing their volume. Old limitations are starting to feel too tight. Stay till the end, because this next thought might change how you see yourself forever. What if the reason you saw this title, at this exact time, is because you were finally ready to stop questioning your worth? What if this is your confirmation? Not that money magically appeared, not that a stranger changed your life overnight, but that you are stepping into a phase where you stop rejecting the good that is trying to reach you. That is massive. And once you confirm that within yourself, doors begin to open in ways that feel almost surreal, not because they are fantasy, but because you finally stopped closing them with doubt. Something huge is waiting for you. And this time, you are not going to look away. Right when you thought the message was just a headline, it began to feel like a mirror. Look at yourself for a second. Not the version you show the world. Not the version that smiles politely. Not the version that says, "I'm fine." But the real you. The one who has been quietly hoping that one day, something would finally confirm that all of this effort meant something. Don't skip this moment. Because this is where everything becomes personal. Stranger sent you massive money. At first, it sounded external. A notification. A surprise. A reward from nowhere. But now you are beginning to understand, the stranger is not outside of you. The stranger is the part of your destiny that you have not fully stepped into yet, and it has been preparing something for you. Stay till the end, because what you are about to realize is once, in a lifetime clarity. You have been building value in silence. Every lesson you learned the hard way. Every time you chose patience over reaction. Every moment you kept going when no one noticed. That was currency. Not paper. Not coins. But character. And character compounds. It grows quietly, invisibly, until one day it becomes massive. This is the shocking revelation. The massive money represents accumulated worth. You thought nothing was happening. You thought the quiet seasons were empty. You thought the delays meant you were behind. But behind the scenes, something was multiplying. Your strength, your awareness, your resilience, your depth. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is the return on all the unseen growth you have carried. Think about it. Why did this title catch your attention? Why did you feel a subtle pull instead of ignoring it? Because deep down, you have been sensing that a shift is near. You feel it when you wake up. You feel it in conversations. You feel it in the way certain things no longer fit. Old environments feel smaller. Old patterns feel outdated. Old fears feel tired. That is not coincidence. That is evolution. And evolution always comes with a moment of confirmation. Confirm it now before expire. Those words are not pressure. They are awakening. Because opportunities do not expire loudly. They fade quietly when we hesitate too long. Don't skip this realization. There is a decision forming inside you right now. A decision to stop doubting your readiness. A decision to stop shrinking your dreams. A decision to stop pretending you are not capable of more. You have been waiting for a sign. What if this is it? Not because a stranger transferred something into your account, but because a higher version of yourself is transferring confidence into your spirit. That is massive. That is rare. That is life changing. Stay till the end, because this final truth might settle into your heart in a way nothing else has. You are not being congratulated for luck. You are being congratulated for endurance. You did not quit. You did not collapse under pressure. You did not abandon yourself when it was easier to disappear. And now, you are standing at the edge of expansion. The expiration is simple. The old you cannot come with you. The doubt, the hesitation, the constant questioning, those are expiring. And what remains? Clarity, courage, capacity. Something huge is waiting for you, not someday, not in a distant future, but in the very next bold step you choose to take. This is not about chasing something. It is about finally accepting what has already been building in your favor. Congratulations. Not for what might happen, but for who you are becoming right now. There is a quiet moment before every breakthrough when everything feels suspended in the air. You are in that moment now, not because of a notification, not because of a promise, but because something inside you is waking up. Don't skip this. The title said a stranger sent you something massive, and by now, you can feel it. This was never about an amount. It was about impact, massive realization, massive shift. You have spent so much of your life waiting for external proof that you are moving forward, waiting for applause, waiting for validation, waiting for a sign that says, yes, this is yours. But what if the confirmation was never meant to come from outside? Stay till the end, because this next revelation changes everything. The stranger represents the unknown future that has been watching you prepare. Every time you chose discipline over distraction, every time you chose growth over comfort, every time you chose silence instead of unnecessary reaction, those choices were investments. And now, they are returning to you as clarity. Something huge is waiting for you, and it looks like alignment. Have you noticed how certain things are starting to feel different? Conversations that once excited you now feel shallow. Goals that once seemed impossible now feel reachable. Dreams that once felt distant now feel close. That is not imagination. That is expansion. The expiration mentioned in the title is not about loss. It is about transition. The old chapter cannot continue forever. The old mindset cannot dominate forever. The old limitations cannot define you forever. There comes a moment when life says, you have outgrown this. And that moment feels exactly like this. Intense, uncertain, electric. You are standing between who you were and who you are becoming. Don't skip this feeling. Because this is the turning point people talk about years later. This was the moment I decided. This was the moment I believed. This was the moment everything changed. Here is the surprising truth. Nothing magical needs to fall from the sky for your life to transform. The transformation begins the second you confirm your new identity. Not the insecure version. Not the hesitant version. But the grounded, ready, aware version. You are not chasing something massive. You are stepping into something massive that has been forming around you quietly. Think about how far you have come. Even your pain refined you. Even your confusion sharpened you. Even your delays strengthened you. What once felt like setbacks were actually shaping you for a larger stage. Stay till the end, because this final realization might settle deeply within you. The real message hidden inside the title is simple and powerful. You are no longer the person who waits to be chosen. You are the person who chooses themselves. That is massive. That is rare. That is life-changing. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not outside of you. It is the moment you stop doubting the growth that has already taken place. You have been preparing for this shift longer than you realize. And now, the confirmation is here. Not in the form of money. Not in the form of noise, but in the form of awareness. Congratulations. You are not just receiving something. You are becoming someone new. Just when you think the story is complete, a deeper layer reveals itself. Take a breath. Feel the weight of everything you have walked through. The silent battles. the private doubts, the moments when you questioned whether anything meaningful was happening at all. And now here you are, still standing. Don't skip this, because this is the part where the title becomes fully alive. Congratulations! Stranger sent you massive money. Confirm it now before expire. At first, it sounded like urgency. Now it feels like destiny. The shocking truth is this: the stranger was never random. The stranger was the unseen alignment of your effort meeting the right moment. You have been preparing for an elevation you could not yet see. Every uncomfortable lesson, every delayed answer, every unexpected detour, they were shaping your capacity to receive something bigger. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not fragile. It does not disappear easily, but it does require readiness. Stay till the end, because this final realization might be the one you carry with you long after this moment. There is a difference between wanting more and being ready for more. Wanting is easy, readiness is earned, and you have earned it. You earned it when you chose growth over bitterness. You earned it when you chose patience over panic. You earned it when you refused to let temporary confusion define your permanent identity. That is massive. The confirmation is simple yet powerful. Step forward as the version of yourself who knows their value. Not loudly, not arrogantly, but confidently. You no longer need proof from the outside world to believe you are progressing. You no longer need constant reassurance to take your next step. The expiration in the title symbolizes something beautiful, the expiration of hesitation. Hesitation kept you safe, but it also kept you small. And now, small no longer fits you. You can feel it, can't you? There is a quiet expansion happening in your mind, a subtle boldness rising in your heart, a clarity that was not there before. That is not coincidence. That is alignment responding to your growth. Don't skip this final thought. The massive money was never currency. It was capacity. Capacity to handle more responsibility. Capacity to hold more confidence. Capacity to dream bigger without shrinking yourself. And once you confirm that capacity within you, everything shifts. Not instantly, not magically, but undeniably. This is your turning point. You are no longer waiting for life to choose you. You are choosing to step into what has been building in your favor all along. Something huge is waiting for you. And this time, you are ready to receive it. Not with doubt, but with awareness. Congratulations. The confirmation has already begun within you. And now you feel it. The shift is no longer subtle. It is no longer a whisper in the background of your life. It is a presence. A quiet certainty rising in your chest that something irreversible has begun. Don't skip this. Because this is the moment where everything connects. You started this journey thinking a stranger had sent you something massive. You stayed because it felt intriguing. But now you understand, this was never about receiving something from outside. It was about unlocking something within. Stay till the end, because this final layer is the one that changes how you see yourself forever. There is a reason the word, congratulations, came first. Congratulations means the process is already complete. It means you have already crossed a threshold. You have already endured the preparation. You have already done more than you gave yourself credit for. The massive gift was not sudden. It was accumulated. Every time you resisted giving up. Every time you chose self-respect over approval. Every time you decided to grow quietly instead of complain loudly. Those were deposits. And now, the return is awareness. Something huge is waiting for you, and it looks like a new identity. You are no longer the person who doubts every opportunity. You are no longer the person who hesitates at every door. You are no longer the person who needs constant reassurance. You are becoming decisive. That is the real confirmation. The expiration mentioned in the title represents something powerful. the expiration of your old narrative. The story that said you were behind. The story that said you were not enough. The story that said you needed permission. That story has run its course. And here is the once, in a lifetime realization. The stranger who sent you something massive was the future you who refused to give up on the present you. Let that sink in. The confidence you are beginning to feel. The clarity forming in your thoughts. The courage building in your chest. It did not appear randomly. It was sent back to you from the version of yourself who already succeeded in becoming stronger. Don't skip this understanding. You are not chasing a miracle. You are stepping into momentum. And momentum changes everything. It changes how you walk into rooms. It changes how you speak about your dreams. It changes how you respond to doubt. You can feel it now, can't you? A calm intensity, a steady belief, a quiet readiness. Stay till the end, because this is the final truth you need to carry forward. You were never waiting for money. You were waiting for confirmation that your growth mattered. And now you have it. Congratulations is not a promise. It is recognition. Recognition that you have outgrown your old limitations. Recognition that you are ready for expansion. Recognition that something massive has already been set in motion within you. Something huge is waiting for you, not because of luck, not because of chance, but because you prepared for it without even realizing. And this time, you will not hesitate. You will confirm it, by stepping forward as the person you have quietly been becoming all along. What if this was never about receiving anything, but about remembering who you truly are? Pause right there, because this is the part most people miss. They hear massive money and imagine numbers. They see confirm before expire and feel urgency. But you stayed. You kept listening. And now you are standing at the edge of a realization that feels almost overwhelming in its clarity. Don't skip this. You were not drawn here by curiosity alone. You were drawn here because something inside you was ready to awaken. The title was a doorway, and you walked through it. Stay till the end, because what you are about to recognize may be the most powerful truth of this entire journey. There are moments in life when everything aligns quietly behind the scenes. No announcement, no dramatic entrance, just a subtle rearranging of your inner world. That is what is happening now. The stranger who sent you something massive was never outside of your life. It was the unknown potential that has been following you patiently, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. And that moment is now. Think about who you were a year ago. Think about what used to shake your confidence. Think about what used to keep you awake at night. Think about how unsure you once felt. Now look at yourself. You are stronger. You are clearer. You are more aware. That growth did not disappear into nothing. It accumulated. Something huge is waiting for you, and it looks like the life you once thought was too bold to claim. This is the shocking part. You are closer than you think. Closer to clarity. Closer to peace. Closer to stepping fully into your own power. But there is one final confirmation required. You must stop waiting for external validation to define your worth. That is the expiration. The need for approval. The need for constant reassurance. The need for someone else to say, "You are ready. You are ready." Not because someone told you. Not because something magical appeared. But because you endured, evolved, and expanded. Don't skip this feeling. This is what transformation feels like. It does not always roar. Sometimes it settles in quietly, like a deep breath after a long climb. And suddenly, you realize you are standing higher than you have ever been before. Stay till the end, because this final truth seals everything together. The congratulations was not about luck. It was about recognition. Recognition that you survived the phase that was meant to shape you. Recognition that you grew in silence when no one was watching. Recognition that you are no longer operating from fear, but from awareness. The massive gift? It is your new perspective, and perspective changes everything. You walk differently. You speak differently. You decide differently. You no longer see yourself as someone waiting for something to happen. You see yourself as someone becoming something extraordinary. Something huge is waiting for you. And this time, it is not outside your reach. It is already within your grasp. All that remains is for you to confirm it, not with a click, not with hesitation, but with belief. Congratulations. You have crossed into a new chapter without even realizing it. There comes a final moment of clarity when everything stops feeling symbolic, and starts feeling real. This is that moment. You did not come this far just to feel inspired for a few minutes. You came this far because something inside you was searching for confirmation that your journey has meaning, that your growth has value, that your persistence has not gone unnoticed. Don't skip this, because what you are about to realize is the true fulfillment of the title. Stranger sent you massive money. The stranger was potential. The massive money was stored power. The confirmation was belief. The expiration was hesitation. And now hesitation has no place left to hide. Stay till the end, because this final awakening is not loud, it is permanent. You have been preparing for a shift in identity, not circumstance. Circumstances change when identity changes. When you see yourself differently, you move differently. When you value yourself differently, you decide differently. When you trust yourself differently, opportunities begin to feel natural instead of intimidating. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not a distant fantasy. It is the version of your life that matches the version of you that has quietly matured. Here is the once, in a lifetime realization: you were never behind. You were building. While others were rushing, you were refining. While others were reacting, you were learning. While others were seeking noise, you were developing depth. That depth is massive. It cannot be faked. It cannot be rushed. It cannot be taken away. And now you stand at a threshold. Not a dramatic one. Not a chaotic one. But a clear one. The old you would have doubted this shift. The old you would have minimized this growth. The old you would have said, it's probably nothing. But the new you knows better. Don't skip this truth. You feel the difference. There is calm where there used to be anxiety. There is confidence where there used to be uncertainty. There is direction where there used to be confusion. That is confirmation. The expiration mentioned in the title has fully passed now. The expiration of self-doubt. The expiration of waiting for permission. The expiration of underestimating your capacity. You are no longer asking if something massive is meant for you. You are realizing you have become someone who can carry something massive. Stay till the end, because this final declaration belongs to you. Congratulations is not about a reward. It is about readiness. You are ready for bigger rooms. Ready for deeper peace. Ready for decisions that reflect your growth. Something huge is waiting for you. And this time, you are not hoping it arrives. You are stepping forward to meet it, with clarity, with strength, and with a quiet certainty that cannot be shaken. Congratulations. You have confirmed who you are becoming.